So what can you tease about your character's journey in this new season?
We go first this time?
Yeah, you get to see Max, the season 1, she's just in a horrible, horrible position. There's awful things have been happening to her, and she's been beaten. And season 2 is sort of a time for her to grow. I think fans will be really happy, at least in the beginning, seeing her kind of get back on her feet in a really much more solid kind of way. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say and not say. It's hard to tease. Can I tease? Was that a tease? Was that a bit of a tease?
Yeah. For Silver, it's really... it's a lot of fun stuff for Silver in season 2, and it's really the beginning of this world drawing him in. In season 1, he's just trying to get out of there. He's trying to get his handful of gold and head off into the sunset. And it's about understanding what this world could offer him, but also understanding what he could offer this world and who he could be that he could never be anywhere else. And I think it's a lot about him realizing his own potential. And obviously the beginnings of him going from an outsider into actually, slowly becoming one of the pirates.
When you talk to the producers, do you have any input in your characters and say, I would like Silver to do this, I would like her to do that? Or maybe you said, okay, I'm on your hands, just do whatever you want with me.
While we have absolute trust in them, and we, their word is final, they've been fantastically open to our input, and I think because everyone working on the show are big fans of the show, so we just get together when we can, and it just becomes like us talking about what is this and what is that, and wouldn't that be great, and we can't help but let our imaginations run wild. So when we sit down with them, I was thinking this and that. I think it's been actually really surprising how much of that. It's so great to suddenly get a script. You go, that's the bit we talked about that, and that was my idea. And then also on set, there's a lot of freedom as well. I mean, once the scripts are set, and because they're so dense and so well written, you really stick with them as much as you can. But they're very open to our input. That was a long way of saying yes. They're very open to our input.
I feel very much the same way, and I do. I put an immense amount of faith in them. But it's nice to be able to go what does this mean? I'm not really understanding this. We have the most approachable group of writers and showrunner ever. They just are willing to talk and discuss and be a little bit malleable with things. So it's never scary to go and speak to them. They're incredibly open with us. So it's good, yeah.
Is there anything that you've added to your characters that wasn't originally scripted?
I think you kind of do that all the time.
Yeah, that's the job really is filling in all those blanks, but yeah, there's a few. I have a nice one actually that they started calling the Luke Arnold special in season 2. It's just a simple little bit of physicality that becomes a running joke, and I think that there's even less this is what you have to do. You get on set and you've got to fill in the gaps with the physicality, and it's great. I think what's happened to all of us is the writers pick up on moments that they like. And suddenly then you see it being, things that were that were our ideas get written into the script later on.
Suddenly they're writing for you as opposed to writing for the character. They're writing for you the way you play the character, which is a really kind of special thing to feel when you read it.
Yeah, but there's not, I guess, I can't think of anything in season 1, but in season 2, there's actually, can't talk about it too much. But yes, definitely moments in season 2 that I think, and it comes out of the confidence, I think, that now it's our show. Yeah. At the beginning, you get hired to do the job and you're trying to kind of gauge what everyone wants, where now I think we're much more confident to go, I think, this is how this should be played, let's add in this element.
Very strong sense of character, has just really set in season 2.
Yeah. So that confidence translates to your character?
I think definitely, I think there's a lot about that for my character is him feeling confident in this world. And, I think, in season 1, I know Sylvia's just worried about if anyone, he doesn't want anyone to kill him, really. So he's worried about if anyone likes him. And there's definitely a beginning of him getting his own power in this world the very beginning of that in season 2.
Yeah. For a viewer watching, and reading the difference between season 1 and season 2 for Silver to me is he's this guy that's just so bloody annoying, and then all of a sudden there's something about him that you're you want to listen to what he's saying all of a sudden, and that's a really cool shift.
Yeah, there's a bit. I'm loving the journey, but both of them as well. You do. Yeah, I said I only saw the first episode of season 2 last night, and already in that you feel the characters have come a long way. And I think that's the biggest. You feel everyone's got an arc in season 2, and some of them almost unrecognizable from the end of season 2 to the beginning of season 1, which is just so much fun to see and play.
So is there going to be strengthening of like the relationship that you have between Flint now?
Yeah, there's a lot, and that begins right from the first episode, is that the Flint-Silver relationship is a big focus of season 2, and it's really complex because you know from the end of season 1 they're kind of stuck together now, and that's not out of choice, but at the same time I think the similarities between them are what makes them great partners but terrible partners. And it's such a fun double act. You know, Flint is so serious, Silver's not, and at some points it's a real team up, and at other points it's two people who are just ready to kill each other.
It's like so intense and so funny at the same time. Reading it, at least. It's It's really, really fun. Yeah.
And you're coming in. Max is coming into her own now with the relationship with Rackham and the brothel. And how's that going to progress as the season goes?
Yeah, it gets tremendously complicated. Because there's obviously a very connection that happens between Bonnie and Max, and there's very much a camaraderie, sort of team that's formed, you could say, but it's a really complicated team that works and doesn't work all at the same time. That's what I can say. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
No, that's right. No, I was just I have to pipe in and say, having started to see the first 2 episodes of season 2, it is one of the most riveting storylines we've had on the show. Is how those 3 characters, that interplay between the 3 of them, happens. It's brilliant. Yeah.
Yes. Can't wait to see.
Can't wait to hear.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.